Just finished Golden Sun, book two of Pierce Brown's Red Rising trilogy, and I listened to it on audiobook. It was narrated by Tim Gerard Reynolds, and it continues the greatness of the first book. It really does. The plot kind of zooms out from that world, that Hunger Games type world where they were all battling each other in the Institute, and it zooms out to that bigger political battle of the Sovereign and the planets and the ties, the Augustus, Bologna, and all that political turmoil, and friends becoming enemies, enemies becoming friends, and lots of cool action scenes in this. Plenty of blood and guts from the first one. It really continues the greatness, and I really can't wait to listen to the third audiobook, which fantastically comes out tomorrow because today's Monday, February 8th, and Morning Star, book 3 of the trilogy, comes out tomorrow, Tuesday, February 9th, so that's going to be fantastic. And I think I'll just plow right along and listen to that and not put any books in its way between this one and the next one. So I'll just dive right back into Darrow's world. We really see Darrow mature in this one. We've seen this growth, and maybe it's only been 4 years in this whole story, but he's really grown up. He's really into the cause. He doubts himself. He finds his resolve. He breaks some rules. He comes back. It's really a great test of Darrow. One of the really cool themes of this book is this whole stratified hierarchical society and the different colors. And it really comes to a head in a great scene near the end where there's a big battle, and it's a life or death situation. There's a few golds with Darrow, and there's a few blacks with Darrow, and they want to be able to give the blacks some weapons and use those weapons to go storm the castle and to be able to go capture someone and to make this whole raid worth it. And one of the golds gets really mad that Darrow's going to allow one of the blacks to hold a weapon that he's not allowed to hold. And even in this life or death situation, they follow the rules. We follow the rules. And I think it's kind of it is a reflection. It is a moral on life itself and real life of how we follow the rules. We go to work. We play by the rules. Darrow's going to give this weapon to this guy, and he's like, oh, I can't touch that. Even he believes in the rules and following the rules, and that there's consequences for breaking the rules. And this is the whole struggle that Darrow is gonna find himself in. And even a couple characters in the book kind of say, hey, Darrow, even if this all works out, will the Reds want to get out of the mines, or will the Reds just be miners the rest of their lives? And do they even want to go explore or become something else, or will they just always be what they've always been? And it really reminded me of an Eagles song called Already Gone. And the lyrics are something like, it's so oftentimes it happens that we live our lives in chains and that we never even know we have the keys. And that hits home. I think that really hits home. It's a really good theme of this whole book. And, you could look at it from even a bigger perspective of oppression and slavery and racism. There's definitely that as well, the bigger picture of that historical precedence. But I kind of zoomed in even further to my own life and into how I see it. I've got a couple minor criticisms of the book. I would say that there were some parts that were pretty slow that kind of lulled me out, and I would put down the audiobook and not come back for a couple days. But when I finally did decide to dive back in and tear through it, oh man, the ending, the last, I'd say 3/4 of the book is friggin' fantastic, fast-paced, just hits it real hard. Lots of twists and turns and action, and really gets you ready for the third book. I had a problem with names for the first time in a long time with this audiobook, with Tactus and Cassius and Carnus and Bologna and Augusta, and there's just enough where I'm like, well, wait, I know Cassius is the bad guy. Tactus, I think Tactus is his friend, but is he? So I had to Google something looking for Tactus and what's Tactus's name, what's his full name, and who's he related to. And that was a bad idea, because if you Google Tactus Red Rising, you get a spoiler from the book, because there's no wiki page set up for Tactus in the Red Rising wiki. So if anyone would like to do that, it'd be a good idea. I'm too busy listening to audiobooks. Probably should do it myself. I feel like even with Game of Thrones and all these other, The Way of Kings, I'm somehow able to package away all these names and kind of commit them to memory. And maybe that's even a criticism of the narrator, Tim Gerard Reynolds, for not having diverse enough voices, maybe. I know Roy DeTrice with the Game of Thrones, you've really got a lot of different accents and a lot of different voices that are just kind of crafted for these characters. And, you know, maybe that's something he could try next time in his next book, because pretty much set in stone now. I'm not going to be able to get him to change anything, but yeah, let me know if that's something you saw too. I can't wait to see how it ends. Morning Star tomorrow. Oh yeah. Thanks for watching.